Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jheniecee, and today we're going to be talking about the mess that is Tinder Swindler. I just have so many questions, But anyways, before we get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and let's get into it. So, Tinder Swindler is what it says. He would swindle women on Tinder. Tinder. So he would go on Tinder. He would say he's the son of a billionaire. Okay, let's stop there, because then we have questions. Here I have questions. So the guy's on Tinder and he said his name is there in white letters, yeah? His full name, his government name is in the white letters there. And you didn't think to Wikipedia him. Right. This is the question that I have. You didn't think to Wikipedia him. Now, if somebody ever said, even if they were a little bit famous, even if they were an athlete that, you know, did the relay and they were like the third person so nobody really knows who they are, even if you did taekwondo, I would still check if you were on Wikipedia. I don't know why they didn't do that. Like, I'm so confused. That is the biggest question that I have, because I feel like that would have saved them from so much rubbish. Like, Wikipedia. He has a Wikipedia now, but I feel like he didn't have a Wikipedia before, so it would have been easy to find out if he really is the son of a billionaire. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my first question. Then what he did was, obviously they'd talk and he'd take them out on a first date on a private jet. That's my second question. Now, my second question: why would you do that? Why would you agree to that? Because once you're in the air, it's not very easy to come down. So what I'm trying to say is that it's just very dangerous. How did you actually believe he was going to take you to your destination? Like, he could have taken you anywhere. He could have done anything in the plane. Like, she's not thinking about her safety. Even her friend was like, are you sure about this? And she was like, yeah. I'm not going to lie, but sometimes, yeah, just because somebody's rich and stuff, yeah, doesn't mean this is a good idea. I'm just sorry, but some things are just not worth it, and I think that's not worth it. It's clearly not worth it, because now look, sometimes things are lessons, I guess. You know, while he was taking them on what's it called? He was taking them on dinners and private jets and stuff. The money that he was using for the dinners and the private jets was the money he was conning from other women that he'd met on Tinder, but he'd been talking to for a bit longer. So it was basically like a scheme, like a cycle. But anyway, he basically love bombed them. So basically he caused them to build an emotional attachment, because he didn't build an emotional attachment with them. Clearly he has no feelings. But yeah, he would basically say, oh, they're going to look for flats and all sorts. And they would actually go and look for flats and FaceTime him while he was there. I'm so sorry, but one thing, another question I have is that how did he have time for all this? Because he was doing this to multiple women at the same time, FaceTiming them, blah, blah, blah. But I do remember that one of the girls said that he was always on his phone. So, yeah. But I just think, like, that's literally like a job. His job was scamming multiple people at the same time. Wow. But anyway, he would, like, basically get them to go and look for properties and stuff, you know, just to waste their time. Honestly, he has no morals. Then, you know, after he built up a rapport with them, he would send a voice note saying Peter's down. I'm not gonna lie, but the voice note wasn't even what's the word? It wasn't even believable. I would have been like, what? I've been so confused. Then he sent a video of him in an ambulance and then a picture of his bodyguard's head bleeding. And then he would proceed to say that his credit cards, his security is being compromised, so he can't use his credit card. So he would ask her to take out a loan or take out a credit card in her name. My next question. Okay, no, I have a few questions with this one. As a billionaire's son, why do you not have security? Why do you only have one bodyguard, first of all? Second of all, my third question is for the woman. He said his enemies are after him. You didn't ask to elaborate. You should have asked, did you get robbed, or are you in some dodgy business? Either way, if he got robbed or if he was in dodgy business, you still shouldn't have given him money, because if you got robbed, insurance, and you're still alive, so, you know, just get better security, because you clearly only had one guy, so you need two, or like more than that. And then again, if he says he's in dodgy business, it's like, now you're putting her life in danger, so she should be gone. But instead, she took out the loan and the credit card. I have more questions that she could have thought about and asked. Where's your offshore account? Where's your safe? You're the son of a billionaire, so you have multiple people that you can ask? Do you not have shame? Because you said you're a billionaire, the son of a billionaire, but you're asking her to take out a loan. So she has to take out a loan, but you're the son of a billionaire. Did you actually give her anything lavish? Because the reason why I asked this is because, yeah, if you gave her anything lavish, like, if you actually gave her anything lavish, she could have just pawned it instead of taking out a loan. So did you even give her anything? Do you know what I mean? That's one thing that I was thinking watching the documentary, like, you were giving her lavish things, but did you keep it up, or did you just keep it up with the words? Like, keep love bombing her with the words, but not actually things? Because, you know, if you gave her things, she could have sold those things and wouldn't have to take out loans. Do you know what I mean? That was yeah. So that's one thing, like, I don't understand. There's so many questions that I have, and I feel like I just don't think, like, even the way he was acting is just not believable, because little things like, did you ask him if he has a job? Do you ask him if he works for the company of his father? Does he just, like, live off his father's money? So, you know, all these things. And, like, if she knew these things, like, she really could have made a better decision with all these things. Like, if you don't have a job, then your father could have helped you out. And the thing is, you're still on WhatsApp, and you're asking her for money on WhatsApp. Like, they can't trace you on WhatsApp too. Your iPhone is still on, but you're telling her about credit cards being tracked, but your iPhone is still on. Okay, you're coming to her for a credit card, but the first thing you should have done is turned off your iPhone and got a burner phone. And if you're a billionaire, why do you not have any cash on you? Why do you not have anywhere that you can just go and quickly get cash? Like, why are these things not, like, if your bodyguard's so great, why didn't you think of these things? I'm so sorry, but why was the first thing to think about was ask her for money? I'm so sorry, but these questions, there's just so many questions that I just can't believe that he did this to multiple people and ended up finessing $10 million out of them. I just have so many questions. And so anyway, moving on, he would continuously just ask them to be taking out loans, taking out more, you know, money from the credit card, sending more money off from the credit card. The way they made it seem like on the documentary is that he was literally asking them for money every hour, because I remember her saying that, one of the girls saying that she was literally all day would be sitting at the phone waiting for him to ask her for more money. And I think at one point he said he was doing business deals. Does she even know what he was doing for work? You knew him all this time, and that you didn't ask him? Because, like, I know he's the son of a billionaire, but you still need to ask him these questions. Do you know what I mean? Because is he really the son of a billionaire? You can't just take men for their word. And then also Instagram. I think it seemed like he had Instagram, because how did he get these videos of him on, you know, eating sushi and that all the time? So why didn't she check his Instagram and just see that he was living lavish? Another thing with loans, I wouldn't even take out a loan for myself. I cannot, especially for someone. I wouldn't even do it for myself. If I really wanted something, I would just not have it, because I don't want to take out a loan. And just doing it for someone for business dinners. Are you mad? For business dinners? And the thing is, he was doing this for ages, so it was like, okay, your security is compromised, but you're going out as if your security is not compromised. So I don't know where the red flags were going off in these girls' heads, but I just don't know. Like, there's so many questions. But yeah. Then, you know, when they were like, to him, it's getting too much, he would send them a check. And this is, I think, it was the wickedest thing. Okay, this is the wickedest thing. He would send them a check for, like, way more than what he owed them back. And then when they tried to cash the check, they would go to their account every day and realise that it was a fake check. And the thing that I think is the wickedest thing is that he sent them more than he owed them. That is just rude. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, so basically they were stuck with the money, and then they decided he did the same thing to the friend. And then when they went to the journalist, we kind of realized that he did this in so many different ways. One thing that I do think is, like, they maybe should have tried to get some money off the journalist and also Netflix, because that debt, now they've had to set up GoFundMe pages, but I feel like I see a lot of people not really feeling sorry for them, because I don't know, there's a lot of questions that we all would have asked first. I don't know, like, yeah, there's just some of the stuff is just like, I can't believe this, like, he got away with this, do you know what I mean? And yeah, then the last story was of a girl. He basically did the same thing to her, and she went to see him, but luckily she was on the plane, and then she saw the article about him. Then she kind of downloaded the article, read the article, and then she kind of made up a plan. So when she got to there to meet him in Amsterdam, I think, you know, the article was hurting his business. So she basically came up with the idea of like taking all his designer and selling it back home where she was. But the thing is, she was going to swindle the Tinder swindler. She was going to swindle the Tinder swindler because she wasn't going to give him the money that she'd make from. She had to think of some way to get her debt back, and I think that's a great way. Because it looked like he had a lot, and like she can sell these things for thousands. But the way he was begging her, and when he, you know, he realized she wasn't giving him the money, and like he basically had no money, so he was living in hostels and all sorts, like, you know, didn't even humble him. He was demanding her money back, the money, as if it was his money, his hard-earned money. And yeah, I'm glad she didn't give it back to him. He got caught. He went to jail. I can't remember how he got caught. Was it the girl that took his designer or the friend? I can't remember which one, but he got caught. He went to jail. He got out in 5 months, and now he's apparently free, and apparently he wants to have a dating show. Okay, let me see. I saw this thing the other day about Hollywood, something about Hollywood, and it was like he's making moves. He wants to star in a dating show. And I just feel like, do you know what? I actually feel sorry for the women, because some of the stories that I'm hearing about the other women that weren't on the actual documentary and the lives they had to live because of him, is actually really sad. And if imagine doing all that and then seeing him get a dating show while they're in debt still. Like, I just think that's so rude. But all in all, it was a good documentary. It just shocks me to this day. I have so many questions. I'm still shocked, and I watched it a few days ago, but I just can't believe it. But yeah, this is what I thought about Tinder Swindler. I hope you guys like this video, enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like the video, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.